Hello, and welcome. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Good.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
So, what's going on? Today, it's Thursday, and we always do a thing on Thursdays, whether it's you, myself, and whoever else wants to fill in. But the last Thursday of the month is GVO After Dark, so that's what we're doing today. We'll recap the month and talk trains, and it's been a busy month. There was a train show in Milwaukee, and there was lots of announcements that were made this past weekend, just alone. So we'll cover some of that, and we have to talk about our replacement for the first Thursday of the month. We'll announce that tonight, and then we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
When's the last time you and I did this show together? It feels like forever.
Well, I was looking back. I think I did one 2 months ago, but before that it was like 7 months ago. So okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while.
I think like June or something. But we went strong for like 5 years, 6 years, every month basically. It was crazy. But it's good to be back. And I don't know if we're starting this as a new season or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I'm still happy to not call this a podcast. I can't do the whole podcast thing. I don't want to call it a podcast. But, we do talk trains and the hobby and whatnot. So that's fun. Before we get into it, I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat, of course. We've got Brian who gets the Timbits. How do you feel about Timbits, Mark?
I love them too much.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
You know what? Have you had the birthday cake ones?
Yeah. They're very vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate birthday cake or just the plain old, not plain, but the honey? I guess they're honey or cruller or whatever, but yeah.
Crullers
as long as there's no fruit. As long as there's no fruit in them, I'm good.
Well, speaking of Timbits, Brian gets the Timbits for being the first one in the chat today. You were close by a hair, so you're missing out.
He must refresh. He must start 3 p.m. and refresh every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was busy all day, so I didn't really get to make the stream until much later on in the day. Almost forgot actually, but that's okay. But we also got Wigwag. How's it going, Wigwag? And Ronald. How's it going, Ronald? Thanks for joining us tonight. And of course, we've got James, Dundas Junction, Bucket Hat Model Railroad. And we got Todd Armstrong. How's it going? Let's see. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. And we've got quite a list of people.
There's Bubs.
Oh, Bubs is there? Scott Rails, how's it going? Awesome Possum.
And Schwani from Pennywise.
I'm sure more people will be pouring in as we go. Nolan's Lego, Trains and More. How's it going, Nolan? I'm going to be incorporating some Lego into my layout, but it's not part of the layout. Just creating a separate thing to the side for my son so that he can run trains. But the way I'm going to do it is that I'm extending the train right around the bottom of my helix. So it's going to be quite a run right around that 6x6. And then, I didn't want to do a little loop because he wants to make a whole city thing. So that'll be fun. And it fits too because I started building the helix. So it's good.
That's exciting.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's exciting. I didn't know the helix had begun construction.
Yeah. So the main base is up, and then I've got all the supports up as well. And then the wood goes from my layout back here and cork all the way around behind my computer through the wall and all the way up to the bottom of the helix. I am at the bottom of the helix right now with cork. And because the cork is already on all the curved pieces, I'm basically ready to start laying track going up, which is pretty cool because I'm not even done the bottom part of my layout yet. So. But yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Darren, how's it going, Darren? And we've got Almar. How's it going, Al? Mike H.O. Trains. And Bubs. You said Bubs is there. How's it going, Bubs? And Sean Pennywise. How's it going, Sean? Long time no see.
I don't see Darren. Oh, there's Darren. I had to scroll way up.
He's there. He's there.
I got him.
And Canadian Locomotive Logistics. How's it going? Gonna need that camera car soon. Anthony, how's it going, Anthony? All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so yeah, I was saying this past weekend, Milwaukee. I almost went, but I didn't. I had to work.
So did I. I almost went too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, almost. So close.
But sitting here at my desk, hitting refresh on my Facebook and all the other socials, waiting for people to, post updates. And then I think that at one point Athern said, oh, we're going to be announcing something at some point, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm just waiting patiently all day, making note and taking note. Hey, Nathan, of all the cool things that are coming or the things that are being announced. Now, there's a couple of things here that were part of some emails and whatnot. It wasn't necessarily at the show, but so just so you guys know, Rapido they're doing the second run of those ballast cars, which is really it's really good. I mean, it's soon because the first run was just delivered, but I don't find that there was a lot made. Typically, whenever they put out a run of something, it sits on the shelf for a while, a few months even. Yeah. But as soon as they came in, they were gone. So it's nice to see that they're doing another run. Maybe I'll even get some of this stuff. Hopefully. And Rapido announced a new run of the FPA 4 locomotives in both VIA and CN units. There's the A and B units, of course. If you've had any of the FA units from Rapido before, you know that they're very reliable. They run really well, and they look great pulling your passenger equipment. And you know that they put out tons of passenger cars. So if you don't already have cars for it, eventually they'll have more on the way.
Nice.
And yeah, Bubs is totally right with the Prairie Shadows out of left field, out of the prairies. They announced the GP20C Eco locomotive, which has never been done.
Okay.
So it's an industry first, which is really good. This one might be interesting to you because it's right in Smiths Falls. It's one of the local switchers that they have.
Oh, neat.
So that
it's a GP20, you said?
Yes. So it's a CP rail. I can show you.
Whoa. CP rail.
Yeah, I know.
I don't model CP rail.
It's a nice looking locomotive, though.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, it is nice.
Right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
With this here, injection molded body, operating headlights, ditch lights, ground lights, DeFasco trucks with rotating bearing caps, which seems to be like the new thing. You're seeing more and more with the rotating caps. It's not just on the cars anymore. It's on the locos too.
They're trending. I'll admire Bubs from afar.
Yeah. Well, are you planning on building the CPKC Christmas train? Because there's two of these pulling the Christmas train. The real one.
Yeah. Do I no.
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 Okay. Well, it was an idea. And of course, Bubs is ordering two, which is, an even number, right? So
only two Bubs? Jeez.
Let's see what else. Most of the stuff is like standard stuff. You know, they've got Katy couplers, cab interior, underbody detail, die-cast chassis with can motor. Yeah, but they look really, really good. The price isn't too bad. 260 Canadian for non-sound, 360 Canadian for sound, or in the US, 210 or 310, depending on what you want to do.
Okay.
So again, not bad. They look really good, and I'm expecting good things from Prairie Shadows. They've done a really good job on a lot of the cars that they've done. This is their first locomotive, but they've done a lot of rolling stock.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's a good one, because I know how much you love your cabooses. How much do you love?
Well. You know me so well.
As much as those high-nose locos.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of cabooses myself. I love collecting cabooses, and the Wide Vision is my favorite. It's always been my favorite.
Yeah.
But you guys remember, and I don't know if I think I do. Hang on.
PSC, Point St. Charles.
There we go. Yeah. I gotta be better organized. So you guys remember True Line Trains? They went out of business. But Atlas bought a lot of the tooling. So they had already put out the locomotive I just got, the MP36. They did that one. They did, there was a hopper, but they just recently announced that they're finally doing these. So the Atlas got the tooling for the Point St. Charles, yeah.
And the internet blew up.
Yeah. As soon as I had seen that they re-announced it and it was on the website, I went to the website and I was looking at all the names and the road names. And then I messaged Chris, who's also in the chat right now, because I know he's wanting to get one of those. And he's like, it's not working. It's not working. I'm like, what are you talking about? Here. And then I sent him a link. And he's like, it's not working. And I'm like, oh, no, I just refreshed mine and mine's not working either, right? So basically, the internet broke at that point. I'm pretty sure that Atlas broke the internet with the Point St. Charles caboose. And I'm convinced of that. So
crazy.
Yeah. But with the Point St. Charles, of course, you're going to get the CN one, just like this, the noodle. So they're doing more of these, more numbers. Then they're doing the international CN, where the cupola is yellow, which is okay. I like this one more. I don't really like the yellow. But then they're also doing the Algaloma Central, Depew, Lancaster and Western, Babcock and Wilcox, which I've never heard of these before, but I'm sure they'll be great. Anthony's asking about the refrigerator cars from Rapido, which are, I have them here. They're the Greenbrier 72-foot refrigerator reefer cars. And I'm definitely going to get some, because they are doing the brand new O&R ones. And those just hit the rails up our way recently. Now, there's only 3 numbers for that one, but they're also doing Cryotrain, Lineage, AOKX, and ARMN. Tongue twisters. But yeah, they're also doing them in N scale. The only thing I see as far as a difference between the N scale and the HO is that they're offering the HO ones with sound, which is neat. If you've ever, because I think it was it Bachman that did the refrigerator reefers previously with sound? Do you remember? Someone at the club has them, and they had them sitting on the layout, and they would just sit there and make noise.
That's worth it? Is that cool to have?
So it's kind of a 50-50 thing, right? Because I want to add sound to the rear end of my passenger cars so that, you know, the locomotive makes sound and goes, and then the tail end makes sound as well, so that all the sound doesn't just leave as soon as the locomotive passes, right? You want squealing sounds, you want the bell to come from the rear as well, stuff like that. But something like that, it could be hit and miss. Could be more annoying to some than others.
Yeah.
They had something similar with cattle cars, where you would have a cattle car, and then you can hear the mooing and, you know, sheep sometimes, or whatever animals that they put in them. But yeah, that would get more annoying than anything.
So. Yeah.
Opposed to like a general, you know, it's a generator really that's just making, you know, to keep the cold inside and all that.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't mind it as long as you can turn it off. But hopefully,
that's true. As long as there's a toggle switch, yeah.
So yeah, that's the Greenbrier. Yeah, and for some reason they're not doing the N scale with sound, which is I can't imagine it being too difficult. It's like a giant box car, so you got lots of room in there for a speaker and a decoder.
Yeah.
So who knows? And then another one. Now, I'm from Toronto. I grew up in Toronto, so this kind of tickled me in a way that it might not, you know, do a thing for you. But Rapido also announced what we refer to as an LRV, a light rapid vehicle.
Really?
Or the TTC bus. So it goes on the rails downtown Toronto. It's a TTC streetcar, more or less.
Did I see that?
I hope you did. Look it up. It looks cool, and it's
LRV.
LRV, yes. I think I might have a picture here for you.
Rapido LRV. Oh yeah.
Oh, you found it before me. I'm going through their email like, where is this thing? It's probably
Google Images. Feels like a streetcar. Cool.
Yeah. So just for anybody who hasn't seen it. Yeah, so it's literally a streetcar, and it's gonna be a CLRV. Well.
So
Chris is breaking out those extra vowels. You don't want to get extra points for those, Chris. This ain't Wheel of Fortune. Come on now. But yeah, it's really cool, but it's the kind of thing where if I'm sticking that on my regular rail, it's going to look stupid. So if you have a downtown section, put some, you know, rails going down the street, have a separate kind of thing set up for that, maybe even a loop. Yeah, you almost have to pre-prepare for something like that, you know? You can't build a layout and then just, well, I'm going to add this now. You got to take a whole section out for that. So, but that's very cool. I was very pleased to see that. So, and they're going to have sound.
I like the light rail, the Ottawa light rail, like the
LRT.
Yeah, but there's no model of that yet.
Light rapid breaks down in the cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have a track. I would have a track in my layout, but no train. They'd say, "Where is it? Oh, it's broken. Broke down."
Yeah. You can really make a scene where it's like at a station, and nope, it's broken down.
Yeah.
Is there power to the track? Oh yeah, but it doesn't move. It doesn't do anything. That's realistic.
ALRV. These guys are just making things up now. ALRV, BLRV, CLRV. Sure, guys. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris and Mark, what would you pick if you're going to ride in any old train for the 50th anniversary of VIA? Name anything that Rapido or VIA has to offer. Which train would you want to ride the most? Hmm.
The OG LRC. I picked the OG LRC.
The OG LRC.
Locomotive.
Yeah.
Ran the 80s.
If I could turn back time. That's my share for you. Thank you. Yeah, that would be a really good one. If we could turn back time and ride the LRC, light rapid, somewhat comfortable. Because I never got to see that on the rails. So that would be quite a trip.
Yeah.
That or just take the Canadian across Canada. I hear it's expensive. So.
Yeah, Big John's on there right now. He just posted the video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Looks fun.
Anthony is asking or saying, and you have to model the trolley wire for the what is it called? A cantillary or can't pronounce it? Cantilever?
It's not called trolley wire. Oh, the little thing.
There's a fancy name for it.
The bus antenna.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called cantonary. Okay, I thought it was called a cantilever, but I don't know. Tomato, possibly. Chris wants to ride the turbo. That would be cool, but it's very ugly. Mixed emotions.
Is that what the C stands for in CLRV? Cantonary LRV? I thought it was Canadian.
Yeah, not sure. Is it the train that can tilt and Rapido owns one? They own one of everything at this point. Yeah, Canadian LRV.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So that would explain the C at the beginning.
Yeah, Canadian Light Rail. So what's a LRV?
American?
Good guess. Articulated.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, and it's exact same thing as a CLRV, but a little longer. Hence, articulated.
Oh, yes.
Like an accordion.
Now, for those of you, speaking of passenger equipment, if you were one of the lucky people, such as myself and Mark here, that purchased a Bachmann Charger, and you're still waiting on your cab, it'll be here in May.
Woohoo!
Long after the N-scale full set shows up. So if you're doing N-scale and you were hoping for the Charger set, you'll be able to get yours even before we can complete ours. So save your pennies, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be upwards of like $300 for the cab car.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Last night, went down some rabbit holes.
Yeah. Oh, if we're talking money for a second here, I'm gonna go back to the Point St. Charles caboose, because a lot of these caboose that are being made right now, they're all like $110 to $130 Canadian. The Atlas one promises to be under $100, which is quite decent for the pocketbook, because most people who have one of these try to sell them for like $300 to $500.
Yeah, of course.
So it'll be good. It'll be a good thing to see something at least under $100, right? So
yeah.
The only one that was missing was the what is it called? Not On Track for a Cure. The look, listen, rail safety. What's it called?
Operation Lifesaver?
Yeah, Operation Lifesaver. So
is that it?
Yeah, because True Lines did the white one. It's a really nice. It's all white with the black roof, and it said Operation Lifesaver. Atlas isn't doing that one, so I'm very disappointed. But at the same time, can't win them all, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, besides that, yeah, there was quite a few few things that were announced over the weekend, and people are worried because there's so much that's coming, right? So, but at least they give you enough time. It usually takes about a year for most of this stuff to hit the shelf, anyways, from when they announce it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the turbo train, which is on its way right now, for those of you who've pre-ordered one. Mark, did you pre-order a turbo train?
I can't.
Why?
Oh, turbo, not charger.
Turbo.
No.
The yellow banana on wheels? No?
No, I did not.
Not even the fancy white one? The noodle?
No.
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 Well, that'll be here, end of December, early January. So okay. Just for anybody who's, hoping to get one. I'm still on the fence about it. I know it's, my layout, my rules, but it's at the same time, it's like it doesn't really fit the era that I'm modeling. Thanks for the support, by the way, Mark.
Didn't you have a turbo? No, that was a tempo.
Tempo. Yeah, I had a tempo. Yeah, no. That's like the unicorn. The turbo, very much a turbo unicorn for me, because anytime I've ever seen one, it's been like $1,500, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I heard that the first run was really bad because of the gearbox in the locomotive.
Okay,
it wasn't good. Even Rapido's kind of like, yeah. So if you have an old one, you have a chance to get a new one at least, and hopefully it'll run a lot better. Let's see. Did you scratch build the building behind you, or is that a kit? Which one? I've scratch built all of this stuff. That's the shop, the 3 shop that I've been working on every Saturday, and then this is my paper mill. So these are all kits that I've just customized to be here, in particular, in that shape. Actually, I did it at my old house, but I'm repurposing a lot of stuff for this layout. Let's see. Thanks to Bernard asking Walters, the QA, we finally get North American Porta container crane modern one for our intermodal yard. To finally complete the series, we'll get one.
Well,
I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We will see. Depends on how big it is. I gotta see if I can make my layout work as it is. So
I'm trying to find the. Do you know when the club runs in January? Sorry to switch gears.
No, it's okay.
Mike was asking when the club runs. I'm trying to find it. That date. I think it's like the last week of holidays for me. I can't find.
What was the question?
When does the club set up in January? Do you remember?
Oh, it's the first weekend, but it's Thursday is the setup.
Yeah.
And then we're running Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I can't find it on the message board. That's where that date is.
It should be the 2nd to the 5th.
January 2nd, really?
Yeah, the setup is on the Thursday for some reason. I'm gonna probably go on the Friday if I'm not working. And then I think I work Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. Last year I couldn't go because I was sick, but I'm gonna try and go Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, but
maybe.
We'll see. I'll do at least once a year.
At least once.
touch base.
Well, you're gonna come out to the when we set up at the museum, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So out of 5 weeks, you gotta at least run once.
You know what? Minimally, I'll visit. I don't know if I'll run trains, but I'll visit. I did order my shirt though. I ordered my club shirt.
You ordered a club shirt?
Well, not officially, but I voted yes to a club shirt.
They still have to vote me in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Apparently, I was mentioned in the newsletter. I still don't get the newsletter, so
The newsletter.
I guess. I don't know. I've never seen it. Bubs tells me about it. He tells me everything. And I'm like, so does this mean I'm in? He's like, well, they'll probably all vote you in. And I'm like, is it going to be unanimous, or is it going to be that one guy who's like, this guy's a joke? Everyone's always
Nay.
giving me a hard time. Yeah, it's going to be you. You're like, I don't know. I don't like the cut of his jip. I hope I get an email. Sorry, denied. Something's wrong with your jip. Now, when a bunch of things were announced, and I thought this was cool, and I think a bunch of people might have agreed, mostly because people were liking my comment when I had posted this, but Rapido shared a picture of what can only be, and what I can assume are SD9s, probably. But what they did was they changed the color of the primer, or the color of the plastic or something, and they all look seafoam green, which I don't know if you can even really tell. You saw that picture? So that's
the color. That's not like the primer.
No, it's like a pre-production sample. So that's not the color. They have to paint that. But that's how the warehouse will make them, and then they have to paint over that.
Okay.
But anyways, I saw that. I'm like, I don't hate that color. It actually looks pretty sweet. And then everyone's like, yeah, can we get like leaser units in that color? Like, yeah, don't paint it. Just leave it. So it's one of those things where it's really weird when people are like, they love the pre-production sample that much that they're like, don't even paint it. I'm going to use it as I'm going to start my own railroad. So that's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, if anybody has any idea for a seafoam green railroad, that's your start right there.
Like this kind of green. That's
go green. Seafoam is like aquamarine, but more on the green side.
Yeah.
Can I send you? I'm pretty sure I can send you the camera doesn't do it justice, really.
No, I did see it. I got the newsletter from Rapido as well, so I saw that.
Oh, you did see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. So let's transition into another topic, because I did a little bit of, I don't even know if I'd call it hype. I'd probably refer to it as hype. But basically, you guys know that Tim has kind of been absent from doing lives and whatnot lately. He's just really busy with his personal life and whatnot. So we did want to take that pressure off of him and whatnot, so that he can, deal with whatever. And we told him, you're always part of the team. You're always welcome back. But we do want to definitely fill a position so that I'm not doing like 2 lives simultaneously at the beginning of the month. We want to, kind of broaden the horizons, if you will, right?
Any guesses? Because no one commented on your posts.
That's fine. I don't think anybody ever really looks at the community posts, and if they do, they kind of just skim past it. But we do have somebody that's going to be taking over for Tim. And any guesses? Yeah, if there's any guesses, please feel free to put them in the chat. But before I announce who it is, I'm going to give you some insight as to why this individual. And I've mentioned this individual on the channel before a number of times. Very talented. Of course, he does custom model painting, rail fanning videos, layout building involving track, wire, scenery, kit building, 3D printing, laser cutting, weathering, and he's got quite a few videos on all these topics. So whether you're, watching him do a live on the first Thursday of the month, which he doesn't do lives now, he's going to start, and that's next week. Hopefully he knows that it's next week. Might have to remind him. Do you have anything to add before we announce?
It's a big score for us. It's a good addition to the team.
So do you have the link? You want to put the link in the chat?
Yeah, and
because I want everybody to follow if you don't already.
James got it.
Yep, it's going to be N-Scale Dystopia.
Yeah.
So he's a fellow Canadian that, obviously we've talked about him a bunch of times. I think that he copied one of our lives that we did where I was talking about, I'm like, if you can look past the N-Scale, he's a great guy. And he was like, what the? We don't discriminate. N scale, HO scale, just get out of here with that Z scale. But no. But yeah, he's a great guy, and he's going to be joining the Third Rail Thursday lineup. He'll be the first week, I'll be the second week. Mark is still going to be the third week, and then we'll obviously be back here the last Thursday of the month. Tim was N scale, so it's weird how we're going from one N scale to another N scale, but it happens. I guess there's more than 2 N scalers out there. I guess. I think James does N scale as well as HO, but it's not as he doesn't have a layout for that. Chris, how do you participate in the Thursday of the month? Well, first I set up a stream. No, I mean, we don't normally, like, I always keep it to specific people so that, it'll be like, for example, the second week of the month, I always plan to go live that day, and we just keep it as a schedule so that when it comes to you guys watching, you already know, oh, it's the second week, so we'll probably be going to Chris's channel, or we're going to be going to Mark's channel because it's the third week. And we try not to do, consecutive weeks so that we don't get burnt out. So we kind of share it as a group effort, and, we always hype each other up and whatnot. And we always have something planned. And that way we're constantly, every single week, there's always something that's somewhat entertaining and whatnot. Yeah.
Nathan,
But
you are participating right now on Thursdays, Third Rail Thursdays. Join the chat.
Exclusive? Well, I mean, if we're going off the dictionary definition, but I mean, we just do it collectively as a group. Like, I've been friends with Mark for a heck of a long time. Too long, almost.
Too long.
He hasn't even aged. I have no idea what's going on. He found the fountain of youth somewhere. He looks like the same guy that he did like 20 years ago. It's nuts. I'm still waiting for him to get a little bit shorter, but that won't happen. He just gets taller every time I see him. But this has been our, Mark and myself, it's been our thing for a really long time. Like I said, we've done 6 seasons of GVO After Dark, which means at least 6-7 years of doing this. And then, of course, we had Dave. Dave started with us as well.
Yeah.
And then Dave had a family, so he's been focusing mostly on, family, right? He doesn't do as much trains as Mark and I do, but and then when Dave left, Tim was, he was very active with us, and we were talking to Tim a lot, and I said, hey, Tim, do you feel like doing lives? Because I know you're already, so he joined us for the even if I tried, I couldn't replace you. And I've been trying.
James said, trade him in.
And then, of course, the odd times, because Monday night is Trackside Mike and James. They're kind of like our Canadian counterparts there. And, the odd time where I can't go live, maybe I'm out of the country, maybe, whatever. They've been more than generous to fill in here and there, or take one of the, like, some months have 5 Thursdays randomly. So, they'll fill in time to time because, we're always chatting back and forth, always hyping each other up and stuff like that. But yeah, but you couldn't, and like, I don't want to put it as like, Tim is being replaced. I just mean like there's going to be somebody that's going to be filling in for him until, whenever. And I have no idea when he'll come back. But, we wish him all the best either way. But yeah, that's just, Mark and I have always been the constant that's happened. And, I don't think anything will change that unless, Mark gets a haircut. Then I'll be like, no, can't have that.
When Tim comes back, he'll replace me, and then let's rotate.
There you go. They'll have to start making less Thursdays every month.
Yeah,
I think that's what'll happen. Nathan says, in my opinion, people in the YouTube community are irreplaceable because something about their personality is unique. And I think that's what makes those YouTube channels unique and irreplaceable. And you're 100% right, because every single person, whether it's Trackside Mike with "Keep It On the Tracks," and his upbeat attitude, and James with his bucket hats, everybody has their thing, and I think that's why everybody tunes in, every single week. Mark with his duck and his dog. So yeah, everybody has their thing, and it's why everybody tunes in every single week, I think. But
yeah. There, John just popped in from the train. How's the train ride? How's the Wi-Fi in the train?
Yeah, Mike said if you shave the beard off, you're gone. You don't have excuses like he does. He can still do the handlebar,
Yeah.
But I don't know if you could pull off a handlebar.
I should have dyed my beard for your 10-year anniversary.
Oh.
Green. Wait.
Yeah.
Green. Yellow. Blue.
Maybe. That would have been something. I ordered stickers, and I doubt they're going to be here anytime soon because, once it comes over from the States, Canada Post normally takes care of that. But I'm still waiting. So if anybody's wondering where my 10-year anniversary stickers are, I don't even know. So
yeah, John just said he wanted to send some postcards, but he couldn't because there was a strike.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he had fun. The trip was amazing. Oh, I'm sure it was.
Are you going to do some graffiti on your cars for realistic reasons? I do have some cars with graffiti on them. I often looked at pictures of, I'll look on railroadpicturearchives.com, and I'll look up the specific car that, I've been, if I own a specific car, I'll look up the number, and if the prototype has certain graffiti on it, I'll try to emulate that on the car just to add a little bit more realism.
Yeah.
I did that with some of the trash cars that I got from Honor Valley, and I did weathering on some of them too to reflect the weathering on that car. I think they turned out okay. I'm not like a professional weathering guru or anything like that, but I try. I got a Rapido mystery box, but luckily I live close to them, so I could just pick it up instead of waiting. Well, that works. And I hear that some people are getting really good mystery boxes. Who was it? Somebody, James told me, I believe, that somebody got a steam locomotive, which is, yeah, one of the, I think it's like a D10 or something like that. Those are like $650.
Adrian got one. Adrian got a D10.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe it might have been
Jeez,
Adrian.
jackpot.
And that's a $300 box, right? You only paid $300, and then you got a D10 in there. That's crazy.
Dang.
So,
Score.
you have to really like Steam to to feel like that's a beneficial thing. But that's
Even
cool.
if you don't like, you can sell it though for get your money back.
That's true. That's true. Kind of makes you worried though. Is it like, was it defective and then they fixed it, but they didn't want to send it to a store?
Yeah,
I don't know. Did you try it out yet, Adrian? I'd be worried. Mystery box from who? That's from Rapido. Rapido offers mystery boxes on their website.
Yeah.
If you go to the website, you can get an N scale one or an HO scale one.
I've seen a few unboxings, and it's pretty good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And apparently, you can tell them if you're Canadian or American. Like if you model Canadian or model American, and they'll try to give you Canadian stuff or American stuff. Apparently.
Do you find it to be a gamble?
Well, yeah.
Like, would you worry though? I mean, like $300 for a box, and you don't really know what you're going to get.
Well, if I'm a collector like Harrison just seems like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or James too kind of likes everything, and
mm-hmm.
But yeah, some people just like to collect and just like trains in general, but some are very, very specific, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, so it is a gamble, but it's new stuff.
Yeah, Otter Valley offered. I think they still offer them the mystery boxes as well. They have a bit more of a range, just in case you're not a big fan of Rapido itself, which why wouldn't you be? But they did some mystery boxes as well, and they always do a good job of sending those out too. So, but
yeah, Nathan, that's the whole point, Nathan. They get rid of the inventory that way.
That's true. Like I've seen the back room, and they have quite a bit of stock at Rapido, so they've got quite a bit of stuff that they need to move, and I think that's probably the best way for them to do it. But I'm wondering when they're going to start handing out the turbo liners, because they had a skid of turbo liners that wasn't moving. So I'm just like, it's Amtrak, but it's a turbo liner, so it's like Perry would be happy, So, but you never know what you're going to get, and I think that's part of the surprise of it all.
Of course.
Adrian said he was hoping to get a CN M420, and I know a lot of people did get M420s. I saw quite a few people get those.
What'd you get, John? John was disappointed, apparently.
John was disappointed.
What'd you get, John? What'd you get?
James got 2 from Otter Valley. So where do you guys, most of you guys, stand with the whole mystery box thing? Do you like it? Do you not like it? For me, if I have $300, I'm going to order specifically what I want. No guessing. I just, when you know what you want, you know what you want. But that's just me, again. But I want to hear from everybody to see what you guys think about the mystery boxes. Mark, what about yourself?
I have no interest. But if I was in the business of reselling stuff, again, like if you get the D10 for $300, you could probably, I think you could probably sell it for more. No, get your money back, make a little bit of a profit. I
have it.
No interest. But also, if you want to buy gifts for people, I guess You have $300 lying around.
The other thing is if you buy a mystery box and let's say you get a DC locomotive, for me, it'll probably end up staying DC for its entire life until I resell it because I procrastinate when it comes to upgrading sound. I don't bother in most cases. I like to buy everything with sound. So if I end up getting, something without, then.
But don't they guarantee a DCC and sound locomotive?
I think they have two styles. There's a $200 one and a $300 one. The $200 one it might come with a locomotive that doesn't have sound, but the $300 one would come with one with sound.
Right. Okay.
I don't know how they work that out, and Bubs is absolutely right. I need 2 of the ONR SD40-2s from Bowser. Yeah, the old chevrons. And I got to get them before the SD40-2Ws, the wide cab, the CN ones. I know you're excited, Mark. Are you excited for those?
You know I am.
Am I putting you down for 2 of those or what?
Yeah.
They look best in a pair.
I keep one in his box, mint condition.
Mm-hmm.
NIB. Yeah, that one I'll open.
Yeah. Yeah, they look really good. And I've never really had any major issues with Bowser. They're probably one of my favorite companies, They are what they are. You get what you get, but there's a lot more detail in those than some other ones, and you pay way less. So
yeah,
their pricing is really good as well. Adrian said, I thought of selling the D10 I got because it is so valuable for what I paid for the box. I decided not to. Plus, it's cool for an excursion or a Christmas tree. That's true. You can still, again, your layout, your rules, right?
Yeah.
You can run whatever you want. Mark, are you getting... Bubs wants to know if you're getting the ones with dynamic brakes or non-dynamic brakes.
I'm not getting them.
You're not?
No.
What about a slug set?
No.
Do you want the non-dynamic slug set or the super dynamic slug set?
My wife's listening.
I am listening.
Oh, right. Sorry. Hi, Laura.
Hi, baby. I love you.
I don't want the slug sets.
Oh my God, eh?
Texting Laura Christmas list for Mark.
There you go.
And then Mark wants
everything
to...
he doesn't want. Everything he doesn't want. Give me that list. I don't care what he wants. Just stuff he doesn't want. Give me the list.
I'm going to send you 2 lists. The list of things that Mark doesn't want and the list of things that I do want. And they're very similar. So you can always buy them for him. And when he's like, nah, it's cool, just give it to Chris, you'll know where to send it.
There you go. Win-win.
He wants a bunch of cabooses, though, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the cabooses.
I'm on that. I'll phone tomorrow.
Chris, it sounds like you like the saying that I like to say, your layout, your rules, pretty straightforward. Well, I mean, everybody has a different way of enjoying the hobby. Don't let somebody dictate to you, how you should be enjoying the hobby.
Yeah.
But you can't get any more straightforward than that. It's your money, it's your time. If you want to build a giant loop, that's cool. If you want to build a dog bone or a point-to-point switching layout, doesn't matter. Do you? Is the OVR caboose in February? I'm not sure when the caboose is coming in, but yeah, that's another thing. So the OVR caboose, which is a transfer van, is still very different than the Point St. Charles. But then you've got Rapido that's also not too long ago announces their version of a Point St. Charles caboose. So now you've got all these cabooses that are on the way, and it's always a pain when multiple people announce the same model. It's tough. Then it's like, well, do you get all of them? Do you get certain ones depending on the area or brand that you prefer?
Yeah.
Tough call. Yeah. So I did mention earlier about well, no, this kit up here. I'm almost done, which feels good because I think I've been working on it for several months now.
Nice.
Mind you, it's only 2 hours at a time that I really work on it, but I just finished lighting it this past Saturday. I had to do a bunch of wiring on the underside. I can finally move it around now to work on it a little bit easier because of the fact that all the wiring is neat and not just spider webbing everywhere. So I was able to get. I think I built the back roof using the roof that it comes with, and I had to basically remove all the. I'm going to show you because this is the length of the gutter, and I had to remove the gutters off a bunch of them just to connect them flat to each other. So I've got some HO scale rain gutter if anybody needs it. So yeah, now that I've got the cap on the back, I just got to paint it and do all the ventilation for the top of it, and then I can add more lighting on the inside and whatnot. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you. It's one of those projects where you're like, am I really getting into this? Do I really should I do this? And then you're just like, whatever, I'm going to do it anyways. It was really rough near the beginning with all the little parts that, hold up the rails and whatnot, because there's so many parts to this thing. And everything is ×3, right? So walls ×3, painting everything, and I had to hurry and get everything painted before it got too cold out.
Right.
Which is basically now. I can't really paint much outside, so but most of that is done. So pretty happy with how it's turning out, and it'll look good once I have it, up over here. I just have it sitting there for now out of the way, but it's going to go in the corner, and hopefully I can get some trains going up to it or all the track work done in that area soon. I've got lots of plans for the top levels, so should be good. Should be good.
Nice.
What about your layout? Are you doing anything with the layout at all? You still thinking about it, humming and hawing? How's that bridge going? James wants to know.
Yeah, I might fix the duck under over the holidays just to get James off my back.
You got to get James over, and then he'll fix it for you. That's commitment. Get him all the way up here, and then.
You know what? I would, but Lily hates bucket hats. She will freak.
Well, now I have to return her Christmas present. So.
I do want to get in the train room over the holidays and do some work, but we'll see. There's so much to do that I get overwhelmed, and I was like, I'll do it later. I have a long list. I have a long list of things to do.
When do your holidays start?
December
23rd.
Is it 23rd? 22nd, 23rd? The last Friday around the 20s there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Then I have 2 weeks. And I hope
and
they
then
get
you're going right through to the new year.
Yeah.
I
hope they get to the club too in January. Run some trains there.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll correlate that, and I'll let you know when I'll be going, and then that way it'll be a lot easier to kind of go and hang out and whatnot. Oh, good night.
Oh yeah, I got a trauma yell.
Oh, cool.
I started to cut up people. Oh, what's up?
He has no idea that I'm live right now. This isn't Hopper.
Hi,
It's
Binks.
my other one.
Hi, Binks. Is that Binks?
That's not Binks.
That's not Binks.
Binks is a lot smaller and a lot more fuzzy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't play dumb. You know who I am.
Junior.
Junior. Yeah.
No, my name is Pickle Farts.
Okay, pickle farts. You go to bed.
Okay, night.
Okay, good night.
Whoa, what's this PG?
Say hi. I'm gonna yell tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Children be crazy.
So cute.
Anyways, that was the Gons, right? Short for gondola. Yeah. That's
Ah,
Hopper and the Gons. Those are my children.
the Gons. Hey.
The
That's the Fawn, sorry.
fonts, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, it's tough sometimes working on the layout and whatnot. You got to really be in the mood and whatnot, especially depending on what it is that you got to do too, right? So if it's a big project, like staring at this helix, I'm like,
Yeah.
there has to be a starting point and an end point, and it's like I can start with one track, but for the way that my layout works, I've got like it's double main line, and my one main line, there's a switch right here, so I can start at the switch and I can go through, and I've got track up to the bottom of the helix as well, but I don't have any track down on my other one because there's no switch forward along here, and the switch isn't going to be up until like on the other side of the wall here where the yard is. So I got to wait till that switch is in, because I always start at the switch when it comes to running track.
Yeah.
So there's only the one line so far that goes to the helix, but I've been staring at it for weeks, kind of humming and hawing about it, and it's like that's going to be brutal, and it's going to eat a lot of track. And I think Mike is kind of in the same boat right now, because he's going to be building a helix as well. And he's like, how many boxes do you think it's going to take? And I'm like, well, are you doing double mainline? Or because it's just, yeah, double track in a helix it'll eat a lot of track.
Yeah.
I think it took about 3 or 4 boxes last time.
Jeez.
Yeah, and of course everything goes up in price. So cork now you're looking at about $75 a box, but all my, like I was saying earlier, my helix is still completely corked, so I don't have to worry so much about buying cork for the helix. It's just track, which is good because of the pricing of everything. But it's something that obviously, like, you kind of know going into it what you need to do and what is expected of that. Otherwise I would have avoided 2 levels altogether and said no helix, no track, no, not doing it. But it'll be worth it once it's done, just to be able to run trains again.
Yeah, a lot of it is, if you want to get to D, you have to do A, B, C, and then D. So that's, I go in there and I see something, I'm like, I gotta fix that, but I should fix that first, and then I just, I got to fix my wiring. All my lights are out, and so many wires have come unplugged or probably ripped.
Yeah.
But
it was tough for me doing the wiring with the old layout too, because of, like, my cat at the time, Alexis, she would go under and she would start pulling the thin wire down. So then that's all the I just happen to have one here. These plugs, I hate these because the cable doesn't stay in there. It's just like you pinch it, you put the cable in, and you can just pull the wire out like that. And they're real easy to break because the wire is so thin.
Yeah. So
I would end up not putting it back because I'm like, well, she's just going to ruin it again. But the cats don't come down here, so that's good. Just the children. Okay. So I've got to worry about Pickle Fart still. But he doesn't really go into the layout. So
new layout, not a bad idea, James. I may have to scrap it all and start again. I'm tempted. Always tempted.
Is that is it like all of it though, or part of it? Like, would you save any of your current layout, or would you just like all or nothing, basically?
What I would do is probably scrap the whole track plan and keep the bench work, and maybe not even put in the duck lift in, the duck under.
Quack.
Just do point to point, end to end, whatever it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and just set it up for operations.
So almost like, because we had talked about different options, right? Because you're starting to go to the club a little bit more now, which if anybody's seen any of Bubs 031's his videos, he always takes a video tour of the layout, because every month it's different. It's a modular layout that these guys come together and they do some sort of configuration thing, and it's always different. And there's interchangeable parts, like modules that they'll add. In 1 month they'll be there, but the next month they might not. But you're able to do a lot longer of a run with something like that, where on your layout maybe you might just do switching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading the chat. Yeah,
Did you want to elaborate on that? Yeah, a little bit. This is why he's being replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's past 9 o'clock. I put my hour in.
Oh, right.
Tell me you were reading chat.
That's fine. The nice thing with the loop is I can do passenger trains. So if I did just the point to point, I'd probably just have to box my passenger trains and run them at the club. That's the drag.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a loop, because you just kind of run trains, not worry about it, especially during a live show. But
oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to be able to do loops, because then you'll just randomly see the train.
yeah, exactly.
That'll be fun.
But
until something happens.
As everyone in the chat knows, the most fun is just kind of thinking about it, just dreaming. So I probably won't even touch my layout until we move, but just kind of fun to think about a new possibility. And it's like Lego. If you ever played Lego, it's the fun is actually building it. Once it's built, it's like, okay, cool. Smash it and build something else.
So did you say you're moving?
What? Did that slip out?
Is this an exclusive?
We're going to move to Dundas. That's where the cool kids are.
Are you gonna open up a bucket hat store? Is that the plan? The retirement plan?
We'll live next to DJ Bucket Hat.
Nice.
Yeah. So what I learned last Thursday, doing the operations live, like in real time, is that my layout's not really set up for. I mean, it was good, but they weren't great. It can be improved, like track lengths, switches, just the logistics of it. And that's really what I want to do, is be able to operate. So, but yeah, John says the motor man, and I know that. I know Keith uses that too. Just kind of automatically goes back and forth, which is an option.
Adrian's asking what my opinion on the Rapido Noise Killer roadbed versus cork. I've never used anything but cork, so I won't know. There's so many different methods where people will use wood or hemositote. Is that how you pronounce it? Hemositote.
Oh,
I'm really bad at pronouncing things. So
yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Now.
So, well, they'll either put like the wood or the other stuff, and then you'll put your track right on it.
Yeah.
Or you use wood and then you put foam, like the extruded foam on top, and then you put track down, which is also valid. And then there's other people who will use, the cork or the foam on the wood, or the cork and the foam on the wood. And it's like, you got so many options, and I think that, even like I put the cork right down onto the wood. It doesn't really make too much noise. I do like a bit of a rumble though, not gonna lie. It adds to it.
Yeah.
So noise killer is like whatever. It is what it is. But
Homosote is the term.
homosote. Yeah. Is
I
that the
tried
pronunciation?
I tried the Woodland Scenics foam on my layout, my last layout, the DC one with my brother, and I don't know, it was fine, easy to use. I never ballasted it though, so I'm not sure how that worked out. But
I've just because I've been doing this for so long. When I was growing up, cork was the thing, right? So
yeah,
old habits die hard. So that's just where I landed, and I was always okay with it. I never felt that it was necessary to do anything but the the cork. Does what I need it to do. So more of a shaping thing, because I don't like putting the whatchamacallit, the track right down on the wood unless it's like a yard or like just a giant flat area. But even then I have it raised up with those giant square cork sheets, just so that it's all the same level, because I don't like the transition stuff. I like the whole thing to be flat now. So
yeah. The guys are saying that once you add ballast, that the cork changes, like there's noise again, which is true. So I first used cork here, and I didn't glue it. I'm trying to think. I don't think I glued it down, the cork, and the train would run by and it made a noise. And when the glue dried on the cork kind of hardened, the train made a new sound.
Yeah, I think because the cork kind of absorbs whatever you're putting on there, and it becomes like rock hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will change. And even Canadian Locomotive Logistics says as soon as you put the ballast on, the noise really increases anyways. So
I don't think it's the ballast. I think it's the glue. I think. So I wonder
the
if you
water
nail it down.
glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm wondering if you use nails, it would change.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got half of this with nails, and as I go around the corner there, because it's on like a little ledge, I'm just gluing everything that's on the ledge, and I'm probably going to glue everything that's on the helix. But the rest of the layout, I'm doing the nails. Don't ask why I'm doing it 50-50 like that. It's just certain areas are just like, I don't want to use a hammer and nails on my helix. I don't feel comfortable doing that, because you're putting a lot of hitting in it. I don't know. I don't like the idea of that. I'd rather just glue it, because when it comes to taking it up, I literally, go in with the knife and I can slide it right under and it comes up easy peasy.
Nice.
Well, at least that's what happened with the old layout.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? Todd says, there's no wrong answer. All are great. This time I used Rapido foam roadbed on the tracks, but fixed the cork straight on the wood roadbed for yards and sidings. Cork works great too. Well, they wouldn't sell it if it didn't work, probably, most likely. I don't know. They're like, well, they've done it for so long, you might as well just keep doing it. Anthony says, why not just build one big module, detail it, and the other side a staging yard, one big loop, one side, staging on the other side, scenic station downtown. Yeah, but it's like, that sounds modular.
Yeah.
I'd rather just, we go to, like, I've got a couple of modules as well that I'm eventually going to get okayed, and I'll take them to the club, but it's not going to be part of my layout. My layout is just my layout, and that's it. But I think that if I was to do anything close to that, it would be a piece of foam that's thick enough and durable enough that when you put it on your layout, you can add it. You can do your scenery, make it blend and everything, but then you can take it off, put it in your car, and go and do like a photo shoot with a piece of your layout using natural light and natural sky, kind of thing. That'd be the only time I would incorporate like a module. But yeah.
Like what's his face from what's his name's channel there that does that? Two Glasses?
The show with the glasses and the podcast.
Ken Patterson does that.
Where they're always telling you what's neat and what week it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Can't think of the name of the show though, but I've noticed that I still have unballasted track directly on plywood, and it's much quieter than when it goes onto the ballasted track. One thing I won't miss is ballasting Code 83 because the rails are so small. You got to be very careful.
Yeah.
With Code 100, your locomotive sits much higher, so it's like a failsafe. So I'm excited to do that.
I'm learning that now.
So as far as like, let's say you start over tomorrow, would that be one of those things? Would you do Code 100 on the main line, do you think?
Yeah. I have so many couplers that catch on like not the ties, but they're the switches and stuff. Yeah, just too low.
Do you cut your whiskers?
No.
No.
But I guess
I'm the same. I don't bother unless it becomes an issue. What about the chat? What do you guys do? Do you guys cut your whiskers or do you leave them? New is new, when you brand new in box, whiskers and all,
Yeah.
I'd like to know what everyone else does, because I could technically go through and cut some whiskers, but I'd be so afraid that it would break the whole coupler, And then you're not just replacing a whisker, you're replacing a whole thing. Just leave my trip pins on unless I'm weathering the couplers for a loco or a freight car. Mark, he needs to pick up the tool that bends them.
I have it. Still in the package. I bought one.
You have one of those?
Yes. I haven't used it yet.
Stupid question, because there's no such thing as a stupid question. What are the whiskers for? Did you want to field this, or do you want me to take it?
Yeah, sure. So the whiskers on a cat keep them balanced. If you cut them, they lose total balance. Not a good idea to cut your whiskers.
Michael did that to our cat.
Yeah, I know. Our young boy cut our cat's whiskers once, and totally out of whack. They really rely on those whiskers. For a dog, I'm not sure what dogs' whiskers are for, but cats definitely whiskers are needed.
So whiskers are for if you have magnetic uncouplers. And usually the magnetic uncoupler would sit either in the rail or like in between the rail and whatnot, so that when the car goes over, the whisker would, pull to the side a bit and they would unlock at that point. But if you don't have uncouplers, like magnetic uncouplers, then it's really probably not even necessary. So I think I have some that I saved from my old layout, which I never even used anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I like the look of it. I know it's probably not supposed to be there, but it doesn't look complete unless the whisker is there.
Yeah, once you cut them, you can't put them back on.
That's true.
I guess you replace the whole coupler, but.
Canadian Locomotive Logistics says he leaves the whiskers.
Yeah.
Anthony leaves them. Nelson leaves the trip pin. John says, use it. If you got a tool, you should use it. Woodland Scenics ballast. It's a walnut shell. Yeah. Mark was testing or tasting ballast to tell us at one point what the best tasting brand of ballast would be. Where did you land on that?
Yeah, it tasted fine. Very fine.
Fine ballast is the best taste.
Fine ballast. I've heard about the Arizona stuff though. Who said that there? Yeah, Arizona rock. I don't know if it's available here in Canada, but I've heard of that.
They go flying when you cut them. Yeah, they're extremely, like, it's thick. And yeah. Whiskers on a coupler are for centering the coupler. Trip pin is for the uncoupling. I thought the little thing that hung under it was a whisker. Do I have the centering things on mine? I don't know. Some of them are different. I only have one, and some of them have two. But those are whiskers? I thought the whisker was the thing on the underside. Oh well. Trip pin, whisker. Whiskers in the pocket. Oh well. They go flying when you cut them off.
The trip pin is supposed to simulate the hose. Is that they connect the hoses together? Is that it?
Yeah. And then
hose
Perry was telling me that he has a way where if you bend it, it makes it sit higher. And it almost looks like they're connecting.
Right, yeah.
I'd sooner get those ones from out west where they have a little magnet on the end so that when you install, you have to glue it to your locomotive. But when they come close together, the little magnets stick so it looks like an actual...
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But, of course, you have to, if you're doing one, you have to do them all like that just so that it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And then there's those are the MU hoses. There's another one that you can get as well, but they sell them out at PWRS. So if you need some, ask Bubs.
Ask our guy.
Yeah, I got a guy for that. Let's see. Woodland ballast tends to float when being glued with liquid glue. See, I'll spray it with alcohol, and then when you use the watered down glue, it doesn't really, you don't pour it on thick, but it absorbs a lot easier. So I haven't really had issues with it floating. Chris, that's what I use. The Magna locks from PWRS. Oh, do you have those, Todd? Those are cool. I've seen them, and I'm tempted to buy some. I think if I did it, I would do like a whole passenger train, and then one passenger train at a time. If I was to do that with like all of my cars, it would take a while. Especially something like my cylindrical hoppers. That'd be pricey too.
The best way to avoid messy ballast is what I do, and that's to not ballast at all. That's my advice.
Au natural.
That's right. Does not enhance the operations at all.
I don't think I've ever really had any major issues with the whole ballasting thing. Mind you, I've had lots of practice, but
yeah,
I like mixing different colors of ballast to create a new color or whatever, so you do like the mediums and the fines and the grays with a bit of brown. Yeah, you can create something new just by adding different types of ballasts together, which is really neat.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Steve, you have yourself a great night. Hopefully you don't get in too much trouble. Todd says they're great, but get the jig to glue them on. It makes it way easier. Yeah, that's how they get you. You got to get the jig as well as the the cables. Another way to look at it. All right. But yeah, we just wanted to cover a few things tonight. I know it's been a while since we did GVO After Dark, and I think we'll get back into the swing of things eventually, especially in the new year. Next month, obviously, so we got... Hold on, I gotta check, because apparently is Christmas on a Thursday or something? Oh, it's Boxing Day. Are you still doing a Christmas show?
With Dave. There has to be the three of you in Chris's basement.
So Boxing Day is Thursday. So Christmas Day is a Wednesday.
Thursday before.
So am I going the 19th of December?
Yeah, that would be your normal week. So it would be Denny on the 5th, me on the 12th, you on the 19th.
You're cool with
So,
that?
I mean, you can still do your, because you normally do a Christmas thing, but do you do it on the night before Christmas or?
That's not officially. I may or may not do that. But it depends on Lily. I'll ask Lily to see what she wants to do. But for my show, it's like 3 weeks from now. But I might do some Christmas shopping online.
Oh, neat. During the show?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you can show off the new Otter Valley website because that's it's fun. I like that.
I'll do some window shopping. Is that okay? Check with the boss.
Why don't you and Dave and Chris do a whole big show like you used to? We used to be crying, laughing.
Dave's rates have gone up. It's hard to get him on the show now.
Well, ask him.
I can't afford Dave. Dave is like,
yeah.
Dave's expensive.
Remember how funny they used to be, though? They were great shows.
I know. We'll try to get
You
them.
were all together. You had Christmas hats on. You looked dumb.
Remember that 1 year where, because today is American Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans that might be watching. We did a Thanksgiving roast that 1 year, and we basically showed clips of old videos, and we tried not to cringe too hard. It was pretty good. We did that a couple of times, actually. Those shows were amazing.
I go back and watch that video every once in a while. The roast.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, they were really good. I really enjoyed doing that.
Well, that's one vote for
Hey, Floyd,
the OGs. My wife wants us, the OGs, to come back for Christmas.
Yeah. For Christmas, eh?
A Christmas show.
So funny.
But looking at the calendar, I don't know when that would be.
We should go to Dundas and go to James's place, because if they're on the Monday, which is the 23rd, we should do a Christmas show at James's house.
That'd be fun. So 23rd, they go live. And then, heck, the next day is Christmas Eve. It's cutting it close.
Yeah, it might be tough. And I know that I'm working the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. But I finish at 6, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
But, yeah. It's a long week that week.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned, folks.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, and then I'm sure on one of the weeks that we're doing something, somebody will announce something, and maybe Laura will get her Christmas wish, and we'll do an old timey show where we go back in time and Mark looks the exact same, and I, kind of look the same, I guess. I don't know.
Do you think anyone would notice if we went live and played an old clip? Just play an old live show? Like secondhand though? Go live, but then just run the tape.
Last time I tried doing that, I had a bunch of YouTubers and whatnot put together a Christmas greeting, and I tried to play it during the Christmas show, and my computer crapped out and it wouldn't even do it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to upload it as Christmas greetings. You can go see it after, but I was trying to do it as commercials. Still waiting for that new computer, but hopefully real soon. They're expensive.
Does Canada Post have it?
Yeah, Canada Post might have my new computer, so we don't know yet. We have no idea where it is. But we do want to thank everybody for watching. We'll be back again next month, of course. Don't forget, next Thursday, we'll be on N-Scale Dystopia's channel. It's probably going to be his first live ever, probably.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So go easy on him. His first live show.
Yeah. Don't give him the business, because that's what we'll be doing. We'll be there giving him the business.
He went live for like 5 minutes one day. I got a notification. It popped up. N-Scale Dystopia's is live. Like, sweet. Log in. Hey, how's it going? This is awesome. Then gone. Done. So I'm not sure if it crashed or he quit. I don't know, but So he's trying it out. He's testing the waters. We'll see. I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
Well, I know that he's started a new layout, so I'm very excited. And he runs a lot of the same stuff that I do, just much smaller. Yeah. So I always get excited to see whatever it is that he does. So, but so he'll be next week. So we'll be over on N-Scale Dystopia's channel. If you don't already follow, give him a follow, and then we'll start again next month. Mark, did you have anything else before we go?
I think we covered everything. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, so next show again, it's weeks away. Things might happen, but I plan on doing some window licking, as Mike calls it. Window shopping.
Window licking?
Window licking. Drooling over. I told you earlier, I was doing some just some research, different online shops for some trains. So I thought this would be a good live show, show you where I shop, how I compare prices, all kind of stuff. That'd be fun. We'll see.
I've always wanted to do that. Build a cart, the exact same cart, at like 3 different stores and see what the overall total is.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. And if people watch, they watched. If not, that's cool too.
Well, I for one will be there.
Awesome.
Mark, it's been a slice. Everybody in the chat, thank you for showing up, for being here, for taking part, and for playing the trains.
Love you, Chris.
You all have a great night.
Say my love to Mike.
Laura? Sorry.
What's up, Laura? I love you, Chris.
Mike says hang on to it. Hear you choking.
What happened?
Laura was coughing and Mike said hang on to it.
Hang on to what?
I guess his expression. I don't know. She was coughing. Hang on to it. I don't know.
There's no signs of it. Just stop talking. It's a PG show.
Oh, geez.
On that note.
Good night, everybody.